Hey guys, Dr. Nixon here. Happy day. Hey, listen, we're talking about men's health today. So, if you are a man or know a man who wants to learn about their health, make sure you share this with them. Hit the share button, hit the like button. Today, we're talking about testosterone. We're talking about testosterone and prostate health. We're talking about how to increase your levels of testosterone if you've ever been diagnosed with low T, which affects more men than people even realize. But low testosterone is definitely an issue. And it affects more than just sex drive. It affects energy. It affects libido, even just drive to achieve things or do things in your day-to-day life, including things like energy levels and sleep patterns and digestive health. So we'll talk through all of that. We're going to talk about what are the risks of excess estrogen. We're going to talk through prostate health as well. When we get to the end of it, we'll have some Q&A. We're going to talk about things like heart disease, things that really affect so many men: high blood pressure, heart disease, and a high cholesterol level. So if you know a dad or a father or a friend or a man who wants to get help with their health, share this with them. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We're going to talk about men's health. So here we go. Let's jump into it. My name is Dr. Nixon. I'm a holistic chiropractor here in Winston-Salem. And just want to start by communicating my goal for today is really not to prescribe you stuff or tell you exactly what to do with your health, but I want to give you guys some descriptions or some tools and some tips that you can do with your health, things that I've done personally, things that I've done with hundreds of thousands of patients and walked them through protocols, and even things that my own father has done to revolutionize and change his health. That's my parents right there. That's my dad. And hey, happy belated Father's Day to all the pops and dads out there. We love you guys. I'm super thankful for my dad, but that's a picture of me. And back in the day, my dad was in his mid-40s when he had his first heart attack. And they saved his life and they put him on medication. At one point, he was on diabetes meds, cholesterol pills, high blood pressure medication, and really just struggling with his health. And those came along with side effects. And we grew up eating fast food. My dad was smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day. He ran businesses. He was stressed out. He did, honestly, what I feel like a lot of Americans do, just running the race and thinking he was, doing just a lot of the right things to provide for his family. And then ultimately had another heart attack. They saved his life again. And that's the one that woke him up here to realize I've got to do something different with my health. And I want to encourage every man out there, every father, every dad, just remember your health is so important. It's so valuable. Yes, your family, you need to provide for them, whatever that looks like or means to you, and putting food on the table, whatever that looks like. But more than that, sometimes they need you. They need you to be around. They don't want to see their dad or their father lose their life early to maybe a disease like heart disease or cholesterol issues or cancers that even the World Health Organization would say is mostly preventable, or even lifestyle diseases. So I want to encourage you with that. Your health is worth you spending the time, energy, effort to take care of it. So my dad did. He said, all right, I got to change some stuff. My dad took a year, changed the way he ate, changed the way he moved. He started getting adjusted. It's why I'm a chiropractor. And in 12 months, my father reversed every single diagnosis, got off every single medication. I got my dad back. And now he's around. He's around to see his kids, me, my sister, his grandkids. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grandsons. That's my little son right there. That's Lincoln. He's the love of my life. I love that guy. That's my beautiful wife, Marissa. I'm so thankful for my family. We had an amazing Father's Day this past weekend. So I want to encourage you with that. If you're listening right now, and maybe you're a dad, you're a father, maybe you're not, but one day you want to be. But right now you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I'd love to change some things with my health. I want to help you. I want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. What we've been doing recently is I'm offering these completely free 15-minute just phone conversations. I'm not your primary doctor, so I'm not prescribing you stuff and telling you what to do, but I want to hear what you're looking for. I've had people get on these calls and they just kind of opened up like, hey, right now my life is in chaos with things that are happening and I'm stressed out to the max and I just need someone to ground me and remind me how to take care of my health, or I need some help with pain. I've been dealing with these headaches or back pain for so long and I want to be healthy and well. I want to be able to pick up my kids or my grandkids. What can I do instead of just taking maybe a lot of pain medication because I don't feel like doing that anymore? If you have any questions, concerns, things you want to talk through, let's go. We'll put the link in the comments right now. Just click on it, find a time in my calendar. I'll call you, we'll connect, and we'll talk through some stuff. And my goal is to point you in the right direction. So if that is helpful to you, please take advantage of it. I feel like I've done so many over the past few months. They've been really fruitful and helpful. So let's jump into it. Testosterone. After a certain age in men, testosterone goes on the decline. So we hit puberty, it's coming up. We all remember those days. And then they hit the peak and they start coming down. Some research would say 35 is really kind of the max. And then beyond that, it really starts to go the opposite direction. So low testosterone levels, or testosterone that is going the wrong direction, can really affect us. So what are some of the ways that we can naturally increase testosterone? So these are natural protocols to increase it. Obviously, there are non-natural or conventional ways to increase testosterone. Those would mostly be things like creams, testosterone cream, or pills. The problem is they come along with a lot of side effects. You'd rather your body make its own testosterone and hold on to its own testosterone than the artificial stuff, so you can decrease the amount of side effects you're experiencing. So here's number one, intermittent fasting. There's good research that's shown that doing intermittent fasting can increase your testosterone 200%. I've even seen articles that suggest 400% naturally by doing intermittent fasting. There's just one part of the protocol. So the way to do intermittent fasting, it's exactly how it sounds. What the easiest way to do it that I've found and the way that I practice is you'll skip breakfast time. And you'll go all the way till about noon or 1 or 2 o'clock, and that's when you'll have your first meal. You want to make sure your first meal has a lot of healthy fats, a lot of healthy proteins, very little carbohydrates, and no sugar. The healthy fats, remember this for later on, healthy fats called cholesterols is the precursor to all of your testosterone. So if you're trying to increase testosterone, you want to get a lot of healthy fats into your body. That's step number one on how to increase testosterone naturally. The next thing you want to do is heavy weight training, or things like interval training. I go to a place downtown Winston-Salem called Top Tier Fitness. We can post the link in the comments below there if you want to check them out on Instagram or Facebook as well. But this is where they traditionally do CrossFit. They'll do some high intensity, short duration exercise, and we do weight training. So what happens is when you're weight training, you're stressing your body to a certain extent. And so lifting heavy weights puts stress on your body. Your body responds to that by recuperating, recovering, and it uses different hormones to do so. So doing heavy weight training, interval training, is going to be helpful to naturally increase testosterone levels. Step number 3, healthy fats. This is what I talked about earlier with the cholesterol. Your body uses healthy fats to make hormones, in men specifically testosterone. So you want to be consuming these, I'd say, on a regular basis or even on a daily basis. Coconut oil, omega-3 fatty acids. We get this through fish oil. Things like avocados, avocado oil. There's a few other ones, walnut oil, chia seeds, hemp seeds have a lot of healthy fats in them, and they're really good for increasing testosterone levels. You want to get healthy fats into your body. The next one, clean out your liver. Clean out your liver. I'll talk about this one a little bit more when we talk about excess estrogens. We'll talk about that. But cleaning out your liver, this is where good fats and bad fats are made and stored. So if you're trying to increase testosterone levels, doing a liver cleanse is going to be helpful. I do this, I'd say 2 to 3 times a year. I'm doing a liver cleanse. And there's a couple different ways to do it, but here's a couple easy things you can do. Raw vegetable juice. So finding places like locally here in town, we use Village Juice. We also have Clean Juice in town. They're really helpful for getting raw veggies into your diet through juice. Even Trader Joe's has a cold pressed green juice. You just want to watch out for the sugar. Potassium-rich foods are going to be helpful. Eating things like liver. This is I don't typically do this. Just to be honest with everybody, I'm not a huge fan. It was one of my son's very first foods. Liver is extremely nourishing to the body. I don't quite do it on a consistent basis, but it is helpful. You can also find it in tablet form. Getting toxins out of your body is going to be helpful. Coffee enemas. If you've done these before, you know that they're amazing for your gallbladder and your liver. If you're not doing coffee enemas, or that sounds weird to you and you don't want to do that, you can also clean out your liver by doing milk thistle tea. Dandelion root are very good herbs to detoxify the liver. I do a detox box that we carry in our office. You can find it on our website at twincityhealth.com and go to the store and just look for a detox box or detox system. And that's one of the easiest ways to clean out your liver. I recommend doing that if you're trying to increase your testosterone levels naturally. Here's the next one, reducing stress. We all experience it, but things like anger, rage, frustration, unforgiveness, really holding on to hurts from the past. And whether you're suppressing it or you're numbing it, those things can really have an effect on your body. What we know is through research is stress increases your cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It increases body fat, it increases fatigue, and it lowers your testosterone levels. So you want to be able to reduce that naturally. And there's a lot of good mental health ways to reduce stress. Some people do it through counseling. Some people do it through worship or meditation or journaling. There's a lot of different ways. Personally, I mean, I'm a big fan. There's a place in town called Soul Health. That's where I go, and I love it. And it's helpful to mitigate and reduce stress and just learning how to become a better version of yourself. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, do it. If you don't feel like you need to talk to somebody, you probably need to. There's a lot of good options out there. There's a really cool Christian counseling place called Barnabas Center here locally in Winston-Salem. If you have a counseling or psychotherapy kind of place that you love, maybe you use or don't necessarily use, but you're a fan of them or you know something positive about them, feel free to share that. Just post in the comments. It's helpful. There's also apps. There's some like Headspace. There's some called Calm. There's one called Soul Health. There's a lot of good ones that are free. You can find them in the App Store on your phone, and it walks you through a guided prayer, guided meditation. There's so many really good ways to naturally reduce stress and to process your thoughts and emotions. So do that. It's helpful. It'll also help you boost your testosterone. Here's the next one, vitamin D. We get it naturally from the sun. So you want to get out in the sun 20 to 30 minutes a day. It helps with obviously sweat pathways and opening up drainage pathways to detoxify your body. I personally am supplementing with 5,000 units every day of vitamin D3. It's good for your immune system. It's good for, I mean, so many of your genetic pathways use vitamin D. You just want to get it, but it's really helpful to getting your testosterone numbers up as well. Get rid of the sugar. We know this. We've talked about this so many times. As Americans, we just consume too much sugar, whether it's brown sugar or white sugar or sugar in the raw or whatever type of sugar you're consuming. We're just consuming too much of it. You want to minimize the amount that you're consuming. That will also help lead to increasing testosterone levels and getting enough sleep. This has more to do with cortisol levels than anything else. But we know that when your sleep patterns are out of whack, your hormones a lot of times become unbalanced, and it prevents your body from recuperating. In fact, most of your testosterone, men out there, most of your testosterone is made between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. So if you're not getting restful sleep, chances are your body's not producing the amount of testosterone that it could be. Here's the next one. We want to lower your body fat percentage. Weight loss, healthy weight loss, not starving yourself, not going on fad diets, but healthy weight loss can actually help increase testosterone. So I want to jump into this right here. I actually went through recently, it was right towards the end of the year, beginning of end of last year, beginning of this year, I actually went through a cycle where in 2 months I doubled my testosterone levels. And I did a few specific things. I want to show you guys this. I've done this with patients before. And then I went ahead and I checked my testosterone levels. I put myself through this protocol and I completely doubled it in 2 months. And I want to show you guys this. And this is a healthy way to do it. A healthy way to do it. We're not talking about using testosterone creams that can backfire and creams and pills that you got to use the rest of your life. This is how I naturally help my body hold on to its own testosterone and create more. That product right there, that first one, is from a company called bioray.com. You can go to their website. You can find it online, bioray.com. The product's called Red Rooster. These are Chinese herbs that have been used for thousands of years to naturally enhance or increase your body's natural ability to make testosterone. So I was doing that on a consistent basis. Real quick, if you go to bioray.com on their website and you put something in your cart, I have a discount code that I personally use and I personally share. It's my last name, Nixon, followed by the number 10. You'll get a discount. They'll give you a discount on shipping, and they usually send a couple free samples of other things as well. So Nixon 10, we can post that in the comments as well. It's on the website, bioray.com. I took DHEA. DHEA is a precursor to your body making testosterone. And so I took this at night. It's 25 milligrams. And so I was taking somewhere between 2 to 4 of those every single night before bed. A word of caution, if you're taking a super, super high dose of DHEA, you can see side effects. Mood swings, anger, or acne would be the most common ones. So I was taking 2 to 4 of those a day at night before bed, so somewhere around 100 milligrams. I've seen research that shows you got to take upwards of 900 milligrams to start seeing those side effects. So I was doing it safely, but DHEA, precursor testosterone. The other thing I did was fish oil. Take it at night. Take it at night. The reason why, like I said earlier, testosterone is made between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Between the hours of 2 a.m. It's why men wake up with higher levels of testosterone, if you understand what I'm talking about, okay? Between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. it's made, so take fish oil before you go to bed. It'll help your body make more of it. The other thing I did was cold shower blasts. So in the morning I'd wake up, take a normal shower, and then I turn it to cold. Cold water hitting your head wakes you up in the morning, first of all. It helps increase circulation, and it helps to increase levels of testosterone. It really helps to balance the hormones. So that's the protocol I followed. It worked beautifully, just like it's done for so many of our patients, but it was really cool to actually see my personal numbers change. And in fact, they doubled. So, and sometimes I have patients do that once. Sometimes I'll have them do it several times. Here's the next piece I want to talk about. For men, there's some men who struggle with excess estrogen. How do I know if I struggle with excess estrogen? I'll walk through that in a second. But I want you to think about a seesaw, right? When testosterone goes up, estrogen goes down. When estrogen goes up, testosterone goes down. It's a seesaw. One of the biggest issues I see with most men who have low testosterone levels, it's because they have excess estrogen. Estrogen, we typically think of as a female hormone. Men have some, but if you have too much, it creates issues. What are the issues? Abdominal fat, what we call man boobs, excess tissue around your breasts or around your chest, fat developing on top of your chest muscles. That is a huge sign of excess estrogen. So the way you want to reduce that is this right here. It's a version of getting excess estrogens out of your body. So number one, increased testosterone. We talked about that. Number two, BioDim. DIM right here is a product that will help metabolize, meaning get rid of excess estrogen out of your body. You can add this in at the same time you're increasing testosterone levels. If you want to, you can run blood tests. Blood tests would show you your estrogen and testosterone levels. I would highly recommend that. A primary doctor can do it. An integrative doctor will do it. Just find a doctor who will provide that for you and help coach you through what to do. And again, if you're looking for more support, just click on my calendar link. We can talk through some of this stuff personally. Here's the next one. Stop eating estrogen-rich foods. Quit eating it. How do you know? It's conventional meat. Conventional meat, beef, being the biggest one, is loaded with estrogen. You're literally eating estrogen, putting them into your body. So you want to stop eating processed meats, only eat grass-fed beef. That's what you want to find, or wild game. All right, here's the link again. Here's the link one more time. If you want to find a time to hang out with me, we can talk through testosterone levels, estrogen levels, and all of that. Here's the next piece, prostate health. So we know the prostate gland sits right below the bladder, helps with several functions for men. But one of the things that happens is as we age, what we tend to see is swelling or hypertrophy. That's my big word for the day. Hypertrophy, swelling of the prostate. When that happens, men experience two symptoms. Urination, frequent urination, or difficulty urinating. It can become an issue. It can become pretty frustrating. Men feel like they got to go. They go to the bathroom, nothing comes out, or they're urinating midstream. It stops. They feel confused. What's going on? It's a prostate issue. And it's a swollen prostate. So here's what we do to help fix that. You can actually unswell, de-inflame the prostate. There's a couple ways to do it. Number one, the chiropractic or the nervous system side. We'll always check the nerves that control the prostate. These same nerves coincidentally control the muscles of the lower back and the sciatic nerve. So a lot of times when men come in here for pain, I'll show them on this chart. These are the nerves that go to the muscles. This is the nerve that controls the sciatic nerve that goes down your leg. This is the pain you're feeling, but it's the same nerve that's connected to the prostate, and you'll see a light bulb go off like, oh my gosh, is that why my prostate's swollen? A lot of times the answer is yes. If the nerve goes to the muscle, patient feels it as a spastic or a tight muscle. Same nerve goes to the prostate and it generates a spastic prostate. It swells, it becomes tighter, urine can't flow through it. And fixing that or correcting the cause, when we're able to correct that and allow the nerve to communicate freely, we see the prostate actually de-inflame, swelling goes away, and urination goes back to normal. So if you're struggling with that, I encourage you find yourself a corrective chiropractor who can help you. All right. So piece number one, when we're taking care of an enlarged prostate, diet matters. Lifestyle changes matter a lot. We want to avoid inflammatory foods, alcohol, and caffeine. Two of the things we really, really want to get rid of. One of the other things that can help is maintaining a healthy weight. Here's why. Every 1 pound of extra weight that you have on your back puts 5 pounds of extra pressure on your knees and 10 pounds of extra pressure on your spine. More pressure on your spine can compress the nerve and can cause the prostate to swell even more. So you want to, if you have excess weight, you want to be able to lose it. There's several ways to do it, and changing your diet is one of the easiest ways to do so. Cut out sugar, cut out carbs, increase healthy fats. Here's the next one. This one's fun for men. We're talking about pelvic floor exercises. I don't know how many of you men out there have tried this, and none of you will admit it, but it's helpful. And if you haven't tried it, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Usually when we say the word Kegels, we talk about women, we talk about pelvic floor after they've had babies and stuff like that, but this will actually help men as well. So what you want to do, it's really simple. As you're going to the bathroom, number one, you're peeing, stop yourself midstream and try to hold on to that for 20 seconds and then finish. Something as simple as that can actually strengthen your pelvic floor. You just got to remember to do it. So midstream, hold on to it for 20 seconds and then let the rest of it go. It'll support your bladder. It helps to strengthen the abdominal wall, the lower pelvic floor, pelvic diaphragm, and all of that. And it'll help to even strengthen the areas around that, which can help the prostate. Number three, this is where most people turn to, men who start feeling some of the symptoms of an enlarged prostate. Saw palmetto is probably the most understood or heard herb or natural root to help an enlarged prostate. And it's true, saw palmetto is really good. There's a lot of good research to treating benign prostatic hypertrophy, so swollen prostate. Stinging nettle root is the other one you want to add in. This stuff can really, really help. It works similar to the way around the prostate where it actually reduces swelling, similar to like maybe the way a steroid would work. And it can really help decrease the amount of growth. There's some good research on that. Pumpkin seed and pumpkin seed oil. This stuff is loaded with zinc. Zinc is really helpful in reducing swelling around the prostate as well. You got to do this stuff consistently, and sometimes it can take a month. Sometimes it can take upwards of 6 months, but you can see a dramatic reduction in the swelling around the prostate. Again, I've used this protocol with so many of our patients and seen wonderful, wonderful changes. You can do this because the other options are medications, and when the medication doesn't work, a lot of times they end up cutting it out if it starts to grow any type of abnormal cell. You don't want to get your prostate cut out. You want to be able to reduce the swelling naturally, and thankfully you can. Thankfully you can. So apply those principles for a swollen prostate. Hey, now we're going to jump into some Q&A. If you have any questions, any men or women out there, if you have questions, maybe it's for your son or your husband, or you don't want to say, but if you have any questions about men's health, post them in the comments right now. We'll talk through it, and I'll give you the best answer that I can. So here's one that just popped up. What are the best skin care and beauty products available for men? Awesome question. I actually brought some of the things that I personally use. And when we say the word best, really with beauty products, what we're looking for is the most natural things that actually come from plants or herbs instead of synthetics. When it comes to skin, this is for women too. If you wouldn't ingest it or put it in your mouth, you should not be putting it on your skin. Your skin being your largest organ, it absorbs the things that you put on it, and you want to minimize toxins in your body. So personally, there's a couple that I use. This one right here is from a company called Beauty Counter. This is my beard oil, and it's all natural ingredients. When you go to their website, you can actually click on them, and it'll tell you exactly what the ingredient is and where it comes from. I'm a big proponent of this company. They're doing a lot of great things in just the beauty world, and they have a lot of female products too. But it's the beauty world really trying to change it, or at least make people aware that there's better options. So check them out. This is my beard oil. It's why my beard is so shiny. It doesn't stop it from turning gray. Here's another company that I use, Everyman Jack. Everyman Jack. You can find this stuff a lot of places. Whole Foods carries this. I think Harris Teeter, places like Earth Fare, Fresh Market. A lot of these places are carrying Everyman Jack. You smell like a lumberjack when you're done taking a shower. But again, the point being natural ingredients. We don't want to put things like PEGs. That's one of the most common chemicals that's used. It's even a known carcinogen. And there's other ones like aluminum in deodorant that can actually increase estrogen. So we're trying to decrease estrogen and increase testosterone. We don't want that stuff. So get better beauty products for men. We call them beauty products. We call them man products. So get better bro beauty is what we want to do. Great question. Great question. Post them in the comments if you have any questions on men's health. Love to answer them. Here's the next one. What are some better ways to get some sleep? Hey, great question. Great question. Better ways to get some sleep. I'll give you a couple that can be really helpful. Number one, no blue light. So after set an alarm on your phone after, 7, 8 p.m., no blue light. So no TV, no computer, no cell phones. It's so easy as the night winds down to hop on there, hop on social media, watch something on Netflix. It's so easy for all of us. But what happens is the blue light actually touches it when it hits our eyes. It down regulates the production of melatonin. So if you're trying to get to sleep, you want more melatonin. So I would get rid of blue lights. The other thing you can do is magnesium. I'm a big fan of magnesium. You can take it orally. You can use it topically. But magnesium is a natural calming agent for your muscles and for your nervous system. So using some magnesium is helpful. There's also things like essential oils. We use them at our home. Either lavender is probably the most common one that we'll use. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. You can diffuse it in the air, but lavender is really calming for the body. If you really are struggling with maybe insomnia and you really need some help, I would try 5-HTP. 5-HTP is the precursor to melatonin. Good question. Next one. If you're losing muscle mass due to an injury, accident, or getting older, can you get it back, and how? That's a good question. let me think about this real quick. So I will say this, getting older doesn't really equate to, completely losing muscle mass. There's a lot of old dudes that I've seen, even old dudes that I work out with that I'm jealous of who have way more muscle mass than me. So it's not really an age issue as a number, but maybe an age as far as your health goes. But let me answer the one due to an injury or accident. Obviously, there's some level of rehab that has to happen. If you're doing some sort of rehabilitation or physical therapy, the better you eat, the better you sleep, the better supplements you take, the more you raise your testosterone levels while you're recovering, you'll end up better on the other side. So out of all the things that you could do, I would pay attention if you're in rehab or trying to re-strengthen something or regaining strength into a leg or a bicep, I would do other things besides the exercises. I would take fish oil. I would do those things at night. I'd do things like the DHEA to recover. Vitamin D is really known to help stimulate bone growth and muscle recovery. High frequency vibration is another one. Cryotherapy is a way to recuperate muscle strength and decreasing inflammation. I would do some of those things, but to answer your question, yes, you can get it back. You just got to do a little bit more than maybe you used to when you were 20. Next question, mindset shift. Going to a chiropractor is a luxury, like massages. Okay. Yeah, no, this is good. All right, this is a mindset shift. Let's talk through this. Everything's a luxury until it's not. There are things in your life, there are things in my life that we have put on the back burner because we think it's fine, and then one day you wake up and it's not. Maybe it's your marriage, maybe it's your health, maybe it's your relationship with your kids. Maybe it's your finances or the budget that you don't have. Maybe it's your spending habits. Maybe it's you not going to church or doing the things that you know you need to do or should do or could be helpful for you, like going to the chiropractor. Like, man, that could be helpful, but I'm going to put it in the back burner. And then all of a sudden, one day, it goes from the back burner to the front. And then you go, dang, I wish I would have done something sooner. I wish I would have had meaningful conversations with my wife. I wish we would have spent more time on our marriage, on our relationships. I wish I would have spent more time figuring out how to be less defensive or how to process my anger instead of just thinking, oh, this is just the way it is. I wish I would have spent more time on that kink that I have in the back of my neck. And then 20 years later, it becomes arthritis. And you're like, how did that happen? And then Dr. Nixon says, well, what'd you do for the last 20 years? And you're like, oh, I worked hard and I thought I was doing the right things and chiropractic was a luxury. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. So think about those things, put them in perspective. You don't have to be perfect, but where do you spend your time? Where do you spend your energy? Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend those three things? Look at your calendar, look at your checkbook. No one has a checkbook anymore, but look where you spend your money. Those are the things that matter the most to you. Is it your family? Is it your spirituality? Is it your connection with the people you love the most? Is it your life purpose? And maybe just to remember, like, your life purpose isn't your job. Sometimes I feel or have felt like it was. And I've had a lot of amazing mentors come in my life and remind me that it's not. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. There's your mindset shift. Good stuff. I hope that was helpful. Someone give me a thumbs up if that was helpful. Geez. Hey, these are some of my patients. These guys are awesome. I put these pictures in here just to remind people that your health is worth it. Even as a man, I will say this, the vast majority of my practice is female. But the reason I got into this is because my dad made a change. My dad said, my health is worth it for my kids, for my grandkids. I want to be around. I want to take care of myself. And I'm so thankful that he did. So this picture right here on the right, that's Randy. He had some horrible back pain. All of his friends had issues like, not all of his friends, some of his friends had issues like that. They went in for surgery. He was able to avoid back surgery and got help.